Still don't get it. Is there any recording of the chapter administration's meetings? I mean, I understand closed doors are because of efficiency, but well, I guess we do so in Spanish chapter. But after that, can we look for the information in any platform?
Is there a question currently being asked?
Sorry?
Were you currently asking a question?
Yes.
I think I missed the question. Could you repeat it?
Okay, Miguel answered me that there are no recordings of the administration meetings. I've been told they are private meetings.
Well,
I could understand it. So I was asking where could we find the information of the subjects of those meetings.
So far the only closed meeting that was from the chapter's administration was the last one. The other ones had recordings. I just don't recall where they were logged. But the room was open for people to be there. So the thing that they were closed didn't. Well, it's not always true.
Your channel timed out.
Oh, but besides that, it's there's a difference. The international meeting is for all the chapters to participate in, and the chapters administration meeting is a team meeting. What we're doing is administrative work only, and that's why we don't see it necessary to have everybody in that meeting, because we're discussing as a team what to do, how to log all the information of all the chapters, for example, and that is the sort of topics that mainly get discussed there, as well as other things. But again, they aren't, for example, always closed. But the last one was loaded with agenda items, so we did close it off. But in the future, we'll open it up again.
Could I suggest? Sorry, I think I got it wrong from the chat, and I thought they were closed. But if you've got, if every activist has the chance to know what's going on in the meetings, then there's no problem.
Yes, that's right. I guess we'll eliminate a lot of suspicion or whatever by that. So I'll make sure that the next meetings, if they don't require a very focused setting, they'll be open. But of course, as people within that team are working very hard to log all the information, make everything clear, it's also sometimes not too much to ask to have a closed setting so that we can talk focused without being distracted. But I mean, I hope everybody understands that, and if you don't, then, well, whatever.
Could I suggest that a recording be made of these chapter admin meetings and that they be logged on the Google Docs?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Yes. Can I suggest that a recording be made of these chapter admin meetings and they be logged on the Google Docs?
Well, you can always suggest it. We'll discuss it in the next meeting, I guess, and see what the other members of the team think.
I mean, the only logistical addition, the task addition, is having someone to do a summary at the end. I don't think it's too hard. I mean, there was a summary made last meeting for sake of efficiency and compiling all of those discussions.
Well, could those summaries be logged on the Google Docs? That would satisfy me, and I'm sure it would satisfy the UK chapter as well.
Well, sure. I mean, so far the issues will be pretty much boring to to other people, but that, that can be, I think that can be done. I just, like Gilbert said, it needs to be discussed after.
I'd like to say just one thought, and it's regarding the people worried about transparency. What I think is that if anybody disagrees with any resolution, they can always ask for the person or the team that has taken it and just talk to them to obtain that information directly from them.
Well, that's a good point, and I understand because there are a lot of people with a lot of points that are being thrown around here, and it's going to the absurd again. So that's why the next protocol is very important, which is I'm not sure if it's the next one in line, but would be the decision-making protocol, which would perfectly explain how and what is happening. Yes, for the rest, let's leave it till that protocol, till we get into a discussion about this. Yes, you can say whoa, but it's kind of pathetic that. Never mind. We'll elaborate on it in a moment. Dar, you wanna go to the next protocol?
Sure. So you pasted? Sorry, can you restate that? I was writing in the chat. Gilbert.
Oh, pardon. Just one moment.
User joined your channel.
Yeah, while we have a second, I want to take a moment to describe the way the organization of chapter meetings in the tier structure have been designed from the beginning. I've been listening to this type of debate of transparency for a long time, and I think there's a general lack of respect for what coordinators are, their information flow, how it works from one side to the other. Here's the deal. These international meetings really should be for coordinators. I see a lot of noise in the chat from people that we have no idea who they are. Why are they even here? They might not even be in a chapter. Who's to say someone's representative of the movement just because they happen to be on TeamSpeak? We need to have a simple, clean structure. We always record everything. Transparency is always there because it's always there in its recordings. Anyone can see it. If you're in a chapter, which means you're a member, you can actually engage your chapter to work through the tier system of data flow and then bring important things up in the meetings. The few things that come from the top down always can be discussed by the chapter, and then the next meeting they're brought up again through the information data flow. So it's funny that this echo comes back in here because I'm a little irritated because I know I haven't been here for a while. We're not actually respecting the protocols that were put in place at the very beginning. These are international chapter meetings for international chapter coordinators, period. Anyone can listen, but the communication is between the coordinators. Anyone can go back and listen, anyone can listen live, but this communication gets way too sloppy if we have too many people here, and we have people that actually are not in a particular area of the chapter administration or a member in a chapter. And it's far too noisy and far too complicated to engage random people, because we don't know who they are, in these meetings. So I want to revise this a little bit and suggest this to everybody to think about this. If you're not a coordinator, you really have no position to be communicating in these actual meetings. You work in the tier system, and otherwise it's just going to be one mess after another. And I can see the noise and nonsense already. So, I'm tired of this shit. I mean, it's an external focus. We have to keep moving forward with programs. And the more I hear these debates of transparency, anyone that brings up transparency, they don't know what the movement is, because the element of transparency is so nominal. The authority given to coordination is so nominal. These are volunteers that have nothing to lose, nothing to gain. There's a simple method of focusing things on the external and projects. So I'm sorry to just jump in like this, but I don't want to hear about this anymore. If you have nothing to contribute that isn't related to the external, if you're here only to complain about whatever Gil's doing or some protocol, and you're not paying attention to what the movement actually is trying to do. I'm not saying the improvements can't be there. I'm throwing that out there by all means. But you please respect the tier structure here. If you want to communicate something in the international chapter meetings, you go, say, in your state, in the United States. Coordinators come to GEN, and they meet with the 50 states. GEN takes the interests of those coordinators and brings them up to the next level, which is the international chapter meeting. This is all the up and down structure really is, and I hope we can improve this as time goes on and stop this constant return to these assumptions that really have no basis in validity.